progressed to acting. I think it was the other way around, because I started as a child actor in Canada doing theater, and I was with a theater group in Vancouver, or in Winnipeg, called Prairie Theater Exchange. Woo! Okay, nobody's heard of it. Anyway, I was doing that, and then when I went to Vancouver, there was the very successful Vancouver Theatre Sports League, and I was doing stand-up to make money to pay for my acting classes at university, and a couple of improvisers also did stand-up, said, hey, you know what, you'd be really good at improv, why don't you come down and do some workshops? And so I went down and then worked my way up through the rookie league and then onto main stage with Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery, and then was doing both. So it was really great actually, because improv allowed you to be very loose and sort of free, and then when you went to theater or any film and television, you had that sort of flexibility and freedom, which made it much easier. And so I just kept doing both back and forth. But now improv there's a double-edged sword to learning improv, because then you also don't like rehearsing very much, because you're like, you know, I could do a 2-hour show without any rehearsal. This 3 weeks thing of rehearsing is a bit of a drag. And then you get that bad habit. But soon you get rid of it and you're happy to rehearse again, and then you can do both. Just answer your phone in the middle of mine, feel free, if you need that answered. Or just give it to me, I'll answer it for you. It's any sort of banker, some babysitter issue. Is it all good? Yeah. You're really embarrassed now. You're hiding behind your boyfriend there. She's like, my phone went off. Saw me. The lights are on. Yeah, I can turn the spotlight on her. Just put the camera on her with the phone and just and oh, that's the range? Yeah, there. Nailed it. That's right. Hilarious. Any other questions? Now that we're refocusing on me, there we go.
Yeah, have you ever go on the Alex Jones show?
I've been on the Alex Jones show a number of times. In fact, that interview with Alex Jones there, did you see that part? Oh, you missed that. Pretty intense, I would think everybody would agree. Alex agreed to be interviewed. How that whole setup was I called him, hey, I'm in Austin, Texas. I'm going to, hey, well, come on the show, he says. Yeah, okay, but we're doing a documentary. We were hoping we could interview you. He says, yeah, well, let's do it on the show. And so, as he starts talking, he becomes very impassioned. And it's a side of him I've never seen before, nor have I ever heard on his show give that kind of personal detail. And it was quite funny because my back is to the monitors, so I can't tell how many seconds before we go to commercial. So I'm just in like this kind of intense conversation with him, and he's like, yeah, we gotta do that, man. And then I go, okay, and he goes, yeah, well, we'll be right back. We got a commercial, just hang out for a second. And he'd like totally chill out. And it's like, hey, feel free to ask any other questions that you want. Okay, we're back! And then you like ramp up the energy again. It was like, holy fuck. You had to really be on top of it until I realized they should be looking at the timer to figure out how many minutes each segment was till I get that. But he's great, and I've been on a show a number of times, and we had dinner together when I'm in town. And he's, always fascinating conversation. Did that answer your question? Do you listen to him a lot? Do you listen to?
Daily.
Daily, yeah. Excellent. He's got a big following. Yeah, it's great. And he's also, I think, one of the people who has the extended interview in our bonus DVD for sale at my table. Should like that. Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
You're not a moment too soon. Or late. We're just talking about the documentary that was airing.
Wonderful.
Did you see it? Oh, so you saw the whole thing, you left, and then came back to hear me finish talking. Yeah, okay. Well, we've been answering questions about it. If you have any questions, feel free. Yeah, John.
All of these people you've talked about.
Yeah.
Aren't they targets of the other side now?
Aren't they targets of the other side? Well, some of them are the other side. That's the thing. We had both sides on there, so we're not. We don't think anybody's a target of anyone per se. I guess. Well, Jordan Maxwell feels he's targeted a lot. Yeah, he's had some very odd instances where he's been like on Coast to Coast or something like that, and suddenly he can hear on his phone like people talking, and he said, somebody just said, shut it down, and his phone went dead and all his electricity went dead in his place. And it was just like, as soon as, and they went off the air on Coast to Coast. And so these kind of things, make him very suspicious. So, yeah, so I think also my email is all, it takes like a day or two for my email to get through to people sometimes. So there's all, weird little odd things that happen that you go, well, you're just being paranoid to server lock or whatever. Or they're listening to every email and phone call that you do and it's going through the NSA Black Diamond computer. One of the two, either way. I'm entertaining. Maybe they just enjoy listening to me at the NSA when they're bored. So that could also be the case. Yeah, did you have any question?
Well, I was also wondering, given like you've experienced, from your doing interviews and everything, at this point, do you have more of a positive outlook for the future of human race? How things going to end up, or negative?
I think I have a more positive one. The question was, do I have a more positive or negative outlook of the human race based on after this documentary? And I actually do think it is more positive, only because so many people are working in these fields that are that the planet changes based on group intention, group energy sort of thing, and that it seems that so many people are working towards these positive things that kind of energy is just ultimately going to change whatever Neolithic corporate greed thing, It's sort of like, the Occupy movement is sort of that beginning of that, but it's still vague and it's very hard to have a protest where there's no end goal. It's like, we've succeeded in occupying. What the hell was the end of, I don't know what the thing is. So, but as that energy keeps cycling through, it seems I'm much more positive about it. So, yeah. Hooray! Yeah, hooray!